Hey, Chiefs Kingdom, what's up? Hey, the Chiefs just finished mandatory minicamp, and a couple players heard the dreaded words, "Hey, coach wants to see you, bring your playbook." Nobody ever wants to hear that. Let's find out who heard it.
Touchdown! Kansas City! One of the greatest duos in the history of the National Football League. Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce on a push fade comeback. And the Chiefs have won this incredible divisional playoff game in overtime.
Hey, Chiefs Kingdom, the Chiefs just wrapped up mandatory minicamp. I thought I'd do a quick rundown on the news coming out of minicamp and just give you my perspective. It's a little bit different of a perspective than some of the guys you're going to hear out there. And hey, some of you guys will value it, some of you guys will roll your eyes. But it is what it is, so here we go. First of all, let's cover Frank Clark. Frank Clark missed mandatory minicamp for a very good reason. He is expecting a new baby, and from what I heard, that's imminent. So hey, that's a very valid excuse, and God bless him and his family. I hope everything and everyone is healthy and safe, and wish him and his family well. Let's get right into some of the other stuff that's going on. I know everybody out there is talking about the Tyreek Hill stuff and his new podcast and what he said on the podcast. And then today we got responses, either today or yesterday, we got responses from Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid. And I'll tell you the truth, guys, I think this is all a big fat nothing burger, in my opinion. And that may really irritate some of you guys. And I know some of you guys are up in arms and kind of really upset at Tyreek. Did he say some stuff that I don't think he should have said? Yeah, but hey, man, what's he supposed to say? If we really take a step back, it's best to say nothing, to be completely honest with you, but he's trying to launch a podcast. Good for him. I think it's really good for football players to start diversifying their income, even though he has generational wealth. Why not? Why not start planning for the future? He's 28 years old. He's not going to play football forever because his game is predicated on speed. So, hey, man, start building some of that other stuff. Plus, people need creative outlets. That's why I do this. So, hey, if he wants to go on there and talk and yap about nonsense, I mean, really wanting more targets. I think the dude had 159 targets last year. How many more targets could you possibly want? 111 catches. That was a career high for him. I think you got to really step back and remove yourself from the emotional part of this and say, he's kind of just talking. He's on a new team. He's talking about his new quarterback. What is he supposed to say? Is he going to say, yeah, Pat's better at everything than him? Obviously, we all know Pat's better at everything than him. Tua is a guy that's just barely hanging on to his NFL career, if you want to be real honest. If Tua goes out this year and lays a goose egg, do you really think he'll be a Dolphin next year? I don't think he will. So Tyreek Hill is just trying to help him out, man. Did he do it in the best possible way? No, I don't think so. And as far as what Pat said, I think Pat, in a very diplomatic way, kind of sent a shot out a little bit. Like, I'm kind of surprised he's talking like that. But ultimately, we love Tyreek. And, things are raw and things are emotional right now. Football players are emotional people. It's an emotional game, guys. You can't play football with no emotion. So football players are emotional people, believe it or not. And none of this surprises me. None of it is really valid or worthy news in my opinion, but I do realize that I think of things a little bit differently. I know I'm at a much, much, much lower level, but I am a football coach, right? So I do see things a little bit differently than the average fan. To me, this is all it's just football, man. Guys are going to talk. I mean, this even happens at the high school level. A guy transfers from one school to the other. He goes from having a okay quarterback, maybe a mobile guy with some accuracy issues, to a guy that he's a legit going to be a college quarterback. What's he supposed to say about the guy that he left, that he's terrible and trash? He's not going to do that. But he might say, hey, I really enjoy catching balls from this new quarterback, and vice versa. If you transfer out of a school and you go to another school, and you just left a great quarterback, and you're going to a school that has a guy that's not as good, what are you going to do? Trash your new quarterback? No, you're going to try to build him up. So just a little perspective. This happens at every level of football. Not that big of a deal, man. I really, it's kind of a big nothing burger to me. Which brings me to mini camp. Like, I know there is a ton of news out there today that everybody's making YouTube videos. Everybody's out there talking about, especially this Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Andy Reid stuff. I read a couple good articles. There's a lot of good articles out there, but Arrowhead Pride put out some good articles today, talking about what's going on in minicamp, and I kind of perused through that stuff, and I'll be real honest with you, none of it's real super exciting to me. It's just football. Yeah, the guys are banged up. Guys are going to make some plays. You know, it's just, all right, cool. That was a minicamp. That's what's going to happen. So anyway, I will get to stuff that I do think is news that you should hear about, and it's who got cut. I feel for these guys, man. They're chasing their dream out there. They're on the cusp of having to realize a different dream, and dude, they got some of these guys had their cup of coffee in the NFL, and this will be it for them, and that's sad. And then some of these guys will catch on with other teams. So 2 guys got cut today, and like I said in the intro, man, you never want to hear the words, "Hey, coach wants to see you, grab your playbook." But Luke Barcoo, he got cut today. I fully expected that. I didn't think Luke Barcoo was going to stick to this roster. I think they're giving him a chance to go maybe get on a training camp roster somewhere, be a camp body for somebody, and try to have a better chance to catch on, because they already knew he wasn't going to be a Chief. So I think this is a good thing ultimately for him. Hopefully he can go somewhere, put some stuff on film, and even if he doesn't catch on with his next team, maybe the third team gets a little corner hungry and puts him on a practice squad or something like that. So here's hoping for Luke Barcoo that his dream isn't over here with this. And then we also waived injured Matthew Sexton. I don't know a ton about Matthew Sexton. I've seen a couple video clips of him. I couldn't tell you a whole bunch about him. Same for him though, man. I hope he gets healthy and then gets to catch on with somebody else. I think they're giving him a good chance to do that. And then they did sign tryout wide receiver Aaron Parker. I know very, very little about Aaron Parker, but he was in for a tryout, and it looks like he's going to get to stick around for training camp and try to catch on there and maybe make the practice squad. So good for him. And then a familiar face came back, a special teams ace, Chris Lammons. So that really doesn't surprise me that much. You're going to see a lot of this bottom of the roster churning deep into August, really. So this, it's news. It's not crazy news. It's nothing that I'm too hyped about, man. But hey, it's news. So, and I like talking about the Chiefs, so why not cover it? All the drama stuff, I wouldn't worry about it too much, guys. I guess my message for today is take a deep breath. I know Justin Ross sat out a little bit today with an injury. I know Josh Gordon went out with an injury. I mean, this stuff happens. Until I hear that it's something that we should be worried about, I'm just not worried about it. I'm sure they're being very careful with Justin Ross, and I think this is just a part of that. I would not freak out about it. He probably had a nick or a boo-boo, and coach is like, hey, man, take it easy. We want to get you through training camp. And I know there's some people, it's kind of a polarizing topic with Justin Ross. I know there's guys out there that think he's just fighting for a practice squad spot, and that he might not even make the roster, and that he's injury prone, this, that, and the other thing. I think I would not label him injury prone. I think he's just had some terrible luck, and that's kind of where we're at with that. I do think he's more fighting for an actual roster spot than a practice squad spot. I think if he went to the practice squad, I think another team might snatch him, just from seeing some of the stuff that he's done with us and how we've bragged him up. So I think the practice squad ship has sailed for Justin Ross, because we've been so vocal about some of the flashes that he's had, and you heard some rumors come out that he's really showed the team that he still has what he had his freshman year at Clemson, so that's all exciting. I'm more into the football stuff than the rumors and the drama stuff, but I will cover for you guys, and that's just my take on it, man. It's a big fat nothing for me, but hey, I'm gonna put out another video when there's more stuff to talk about. I really enjoy doing this. I really have a great time. Hit me up in the comments if you got something you want me to talk about. If you have questions about football in general, or something the Chiefs like to do, or something teams like to do against the Chiefs, I would love to break that down schematically for you guys. As always, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for supporting me. I'm up to a whole 3 whopping subscribers, so thank you for that. But that means I have like 3% or less of my views are subscribers, so please subscribe. It really does help the channel grow, and I would really like to grow this channel into something big. So thank you again. Appreciate the support. Talk to you soon.
I'm still fly, let's go. It could all be worse, I could be a hater like you. It could all be worse. Clothes to make the man, but that poison's gonna chew you.